Greetings everyone, Zannrath here, welcome back to more Hearthstone, and today is the release of the latest expansion, Curse of Naxxramas. So let's go ahead and open some Murder at Castle Nathria packs. Got the one there, so let's go ahead and grab 39 more to open our classic 40. Alright, Murder at Castle Nathria, make sure we got the right pack. I like that logo, that seems to like pop a lot more than some of the other ones to me. But anyways, here we go. It made the purchase, it looked like. Yep, cool. Alright. It didn't, like, give the feedback, kind of, like, I figured it was going to make some noise or something. But anyways, let's actually take a quick peek. Because we have the one legendary that everyone gets, right? Is it Prince Renathal? Let's get rid of these news first. That was from the whatchamacallit, the reward tracker or whatever. So that way we know how many new cards we have. Here's Castle Nathria. We got Prince Renathal. We got that's the only card we have. I forgot that the expansion came out at 10 a.m. I thought it was 9 a.m. because that's usually when Tavern Brawls come out, and so I didn't log in yesterday to try to get like a random card from the end of the month, whatever thing. But anyways, that aside, let's open some packs. Guaranteed one in the first 10, so that'll be our early legendary. Here we go. First pack. Quite a lot of lag. I mean, it's like 30 minutes after. People have already been opening their packs, right? Because you can just make the fireside thing, and you open a pack that, or you can open your packs early that way, right? So, kind of weird. Kind of weird that it's like lagging this bad. But, I don't know. Actually, did it crash? Maybe it crashed. Maybe it did crash. Because, like, I can't do anything. I can't, like, oh, I probably shouldn't be showing my friends list. Well, things work. Let's go ahead and quit out. And we'll log back in. But that's fun. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of weird that it would crash on opening packs. But, you know, it is what it is. It's a new expansion. I don't think I've had that happen before, though. So it is kind of weird that that happened. So we gotta fix the resolution since we had to quit out. Some fun behind the scenes there. It did open the pack, though, it looks like. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got. So that was kind of fun. Start. So hopefully we can not, whatchamacallit, undo them so that way we can see how many cards we get. But Bibliomite, Battle Cry, choose a card in your hand to shuffle into your deck. Cool. Oh, okay, so we're gonna be down a couple cards in terms of like being able to figure out how many new cards we got, but I guess that is what it is. You know, Activision, Blizzard, small indie game development company. You expect these kind of things, right? So, Death Blossom, Whomper, Battle Cries, draw a Death Rattle minion and gain its Death Rattle. Okay. Sinful Sous Chef, Death Rattle, add 2 silver hand recruits. Okay, so we got Dude Paladin, Muckborn Servant, Taunt, Battle Cry, discover a Pally card. Party Favor Totem. Okay, some more totems. End of your turn, summon a random basic totem, and then infuse, which I don't remember what that does, is summon 2 instead. You can mouse over it, right? Doesn't it tell us what infuse does if we mouse over it? Nope. Okay, cool. Alright, well, either way, we'll go ahead and get the pack opening started again. Cool. No crash this time. That's always a good sign. So we'll have 5 cards that I think will not show up as new. So anyways, we've seen that chum. Locations is the new thing. Isn't this like basically what Runeterra does? Like, I don't know. I think doesn't like I don't play Legends of Runeterra, but I've seen some videos about like comparing Hearthstone and Legends of Runeterra. They have something similar, right? It's called like monuments or something. I don't know. Maybe the mechanically it's different, but just kind of thought it was interesting that I learned about that, and then now we have locations. But anyway, Sanguine Depths deal 1 damage to a minion and give it +1 attack. I think the way it works is that you play it, and then on the next turn, because it has like a rest phase, you can use its effect, and I think it's once per turn. Anyways, Suffocating Shadows. When you play or discard this card, destroy a random enemy minion. Okay, so 3 mana for a random enemy minion, so not targeted. Okay, interesting. Discard Lock. Dredger Staff. Give Battle Cries. Give all minions in your hand +1. So we got some hand stuff. Sin Stone Totem. Neutral. Okay. End of your turn, gain 1 health. So at the end of your turn, this gains 1 health. Okay, it's not that exciting, but interesting. Alright. Flustered Librarian. She doesn't look that flustered, but I guess that imp is eating the book. So, +1 attack for each imp you control. So, Imp Block, we've seen that chum. Magnifying Glaive. After your hero attacks, draw until you have 3 cards. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's like an aggro Demon Hunter card. Kind of. Scuttlebutt. Gotta love the Scuttlebutts. What was that guy's name? The Rogue Legendary is like Scutterbutter or something. We got Scuttlebutt now. Scuttlebutt Ghoul. Taunt Battlecry. If you control a secret, summon a copy of this. So 4 mana for a 4/10. If you have a secret, I don't know. Is that good? Eh. I'm not that impressed by it. All right, we got our first epic. Clicked the wrong thing. I do like that opening animation. But I don't know. The red and black motif is just something that speaks to me, and it's kind of cliche, but I get it. But yeah, you know. We've seen that. Identity theft. Not fun. Discover a card or a copy of a card from your opponent's hand and deck. Oh, interesting. So it's basically Arcane Intellect in a sense. That's 3 mana, get 2 cards, but it's 2 cards from your opponent. 1 from hand, 1 from deck. And is it that good? I don't know. I mean, like, you know, you put cards in. I mean, I've heard this argument about, you know, you put cards in your deck because they work for your deck, and stealing cards from your opponent's deck is not necessarily good because they're not necessarily good for your deck. So, I don't know. Get some intel, but is that worth it? Questionable. Sinstone Graveyard, and this is for Rogue. Summon a 1/1 Stealth Ghoul, and it has 1/1 for each other card you've played this turn. Interesting. So it plays into that combo theme. But yeah, I mean, it's not terrible, right? 2 mana to summon at minimum a 2/2 over 2 turns, but it can get bigger. That's not terrible. Would it see play in some sort of rogue deck right now? I don't know. Not into the meta, or not knowledgeable of the meta. Here's our giant, but it's for shaman only. Gigantotem, and it's 1 less for each totem you've summoned this game. Interesting. I kind of like that artwork. I mean, that's a very scary totem. TBH. There's that animation. Very cool. Who doesn't like a red and black motif with blood? Shadow Waltz. We got summon a 3/5 shadow with taunt. If a minion died this turn, summon another one. Okay, so 6/10 taunt for 5. Interesting art there. I don't know. Seems okay. Is this like a big shaman, or not big shaman? Sorry, big hand lock kind of thing. Big lock. That kind of flavor. Murlocula, Lifesteal, Infuse. It costs 0. Oh, here we go. Infuse upgrades in hand after X friendly minions die. So 4 minions die and it costs 0. That's kind of maybe aggro, but like I think it counts. No, friendly minions. Never mind. So it's like does it count? If it counts your opponent's minions, maybe, but no. Infuse. You know, friendly minions die. That's kind of a lot. Wouldn't be great in aggro necessarily because you just want to play stuff out, not like kill your stuff and then play stuff. Anyways, carving chisel. After your hero attacks, summon a random basic totem. Okay, some more tots. Halfway to a legendary. Alright, Private Eye. Cast Secret from your deck. Combo cast 2 instead. Okay, Secret Rogue. Has it been a thing? I don't know. Chatty Bartender. It's kind of funny. Any of your turn, if you control a secret, deal 2 to all enemies. And this is a continuous effect. It's very interesting. So Secret Mage is kind of a thing, or at least it has been a thing. Whether it's a good thing or not, I don't know. But that's kind of interesting. I mean, because we already have that ethereal guy, the 3/3. That's, I think, 4 mana. I can't remember what it is. That gets +2/+2 at the end of each turn if you control a secret. Could be interesting. Could certainly at least be potentially a mini AoE, right? You can like set up a secret, and then if it doesn't trigger, you can play this, and then it automatically goes off. It doesn't have to necessarily be like 7 mana, right? Play a secret, play this, but anyways, criminal lineup. Choose a friendly minion, summon 3 copies of it, and overload for 2. Interesting. Very interesting. 3 copies at 8 mana could be kind of big, and you overload for 2. So I don't know. Big Shaman, kind of interesting card. I don't know if it's great, but who knows? Sticky Situation, Secret for Rogue. After your opponent casts a spell, summon a 3/4 spider with a stealth. Okay. Right, Frenzied Fangs, Hunter, summon 2/1 bats, infuse, give them +1/2. Stoneborn, General Rush, Death Rattle, summon a 8/8 Gravewing with Rush. So it's 10 mana Rush with another Rush behind it. I don't know. 10. I mean, is it good enough to see play at 10 mana? I don't know. It's kind of interesting though. Batty Guest, summon a 2/1 bat. Cool. Does I forget? Does Hunter have another 1 mana Death Rattle thing? I mean, Death Hunter has. I mean, not Death Hunter. Sorry. What does that even mean? Hunter already has a 1 mana Battle Cry, give summon another 1/1, right? 1 mana 1/1, summon a 1/1. Does that have a Death Rattle at 1? I don't know. Kind of interesting though, potentially. Cold Case, summon 2/2 Volatile Skeletons and gain 4 armor for 4 mana. 4/4 and 4 armor. It's not terrible, but I don't know if that's what Mage wants to go for. Alright, Relic of Extinction, 1 damage for a random enemy twice, improves your future relics. Okay, so is Relic actually haven't there been relics in this game? I think so, right? Before this. So it kind of, I don't know, I guess that's going to be a thing now, relics. We've seen that. Anonymous Informant, next secret you play costs 0. We've had other cards that do that, right? Maybe not neutral though. Okay. Natural Causes, 2 damage, summon 2/2 Trent. That's pretty decent, I think, right? Because, like, Wrath is 3 damage or draw for 2. This is 2 damage and a 2/2. A 2/2 already on its own is, I mean, it's a bad 2-drop, but that seems pretty reasonable. You got Relic Vault, the next relic you play cast twice. Okay, so then, hey, we got the combo right here. Alright, penultimate pack for a legendary. Seeing that, Shadowborn, Death Rattle has reduced the cost of your highest cost shadow spell in your hand. Okay. Frozen Touch, 3 damage, infuse out of Frozen Touch to your hand. So this is potentially could cycle infinitely, as long as you have minions. For 2 mana, it's basically a Frostbolt. It doesn't freeze, but can come back to your hand. So, okay. Reasonable, maybe. Cold Case we've seen. Nightshade Bud, 8 mana. Big one. Choose one as discover a minion from your deck to summon or a spell to cast. Interesting. So this kind of seems like a big Druid card, right? Because you don't want to play 8 mana to discover either a spell or minion that, like, is smaller than that, right? Like, reasonably, you could do, like, a 6 or 7. Like, basically give up a couple mana to, like, get it from your deck rather than from your hand, which is still probably be fine. Like, spend a couple mana to basically cast a spell or summon a minion from your deck, if it's cheaper than 8. So that's kind of interesting, you know, big archetype. Here's our legendary. theoretically. All right. Seeing that, Stoneborn Accuser, infuse 5 is gain battle cry, deal 5 damage. Okay. Ghastly, Gravedigger, Battlecry. If you control a secret, choose a card in your opponent's hand to shuffle into their deck. Okay. That actually, I mean, I don't know what the meta is, like I said, and obviously it's a new whatchamacallit, so, do we even know what the meta is going to be? So we'll probably have a good idea. But, like, if it's going to be a combo-oriented, meta, this would not be a bad tech card in a secret rogue, unless that's going to be a thing. Because it wouldn't be bad to be able to, disrupt their combo, basically. But, not the most exciting, probably a niche tech card. Sticky situation. We've seen that, right? Yeah. Oh, we didn't look at the dude. Oops. Might be. All right, let's we're going to ruin it by, ruin our numbers again here. But, totally got distracted, did not look at the thing. So, Crixix, the Voracious. Battlecry, discard your hand. Death Rattles, draw 3 cards. So 4 mana, 7/7. In an aggressive Demon Hunter deck, probably not bad. Probably not bad. Potentially could empty your hand, or just, like, not discard a whole lot, and then you get to draw 3 cards afterwards, theoretically, if it doesn't get, like, silenced. And 4 mana, 7/7 is, pretty good. 4 mana 8/8 is decent, so why not 4 mana 7/7? A little bit worse, but beggars can't be choosers. Are we beggars? I don't know, maybe. All right, so that's our one and only legendary in these 40 packs. Would have been funny if we got another legendary like right off rip. That would have been cool, but not good enough at Hearthstone for that. Anima Extractor. Whenever a friendly minion takes damage, give a random minion in your hand 1/1. So kind of plays into that. I guess it's called Frenzy now. Frenzy, not Frenzy, Instant Rage. I don't know. The taking damage motif in hand buffing. Double Cross. When your opponent spends all of their mana, draw 2 cards. Okay, yeah, that's reasonable. 2 mana to draw 2 in a subsequent turn on a condition that your opponent has to meet. Okay-ish, I guess. Would you rather spend the extra mana to just draw the cards now, like an Arcane Intellect? Arguably. So, I don't know, maybe underwhelming. Bog Beast, interesting art there. Got the skeleton kind of... It looks like a skeleton slime with like a beast body. Anyways, just kind of seems like a lot of like things mishmashed into one. Taunt, Death Rattle, summon a 2/4 Muckmare with Taunt. Plot of Sin, 2/2 Treant, infuse 2 5/5 Ancients instead, and then Muck Pool, transform a friendly minion into one that costs 1 more. So we got some Transform Shaman again, maybe. Almost opened the wrong pack there. Let's slide this boy up a little bit after the pack opens, I guess, because I already dragged it over. Haven't seen Mask Reveler. Rush is Rush, and then Death Rattle summon a 2/2 copy of another minion in your deck. Okay, that's kind of interesting. So it's kind of like trying to think of what it's kind of like. I mean, there's cards like Yasharaj that pulls a minion from your deck, right? But this is something a 2/2 copy of it, so that could be interesting. Imbued Axe. After your hero attacks, give your damaged minions +1/1, infuse 2/2 instead. And does it have to be... I'm going to guess it has to be in your hand. Yeah, upgrades in your hand. Okay, so it has to be in your hand first. You can't just, like, play it, and then 3 minions die, then it gets infused. So, that makes sense. Great Hall, set minions, attack, and health to 3. So this is... I'm blanking on that card, but the one that sets people to 3/3, right? It's a... I forget if it's on a minion or not. I think it's on a minion, right? It's a minion that sets a thing to 3/3 or something. Or maybe I'm just like misremembering something else. But anyways, I think we've seen that effect before. Let's slide this guy up a little bit to make it a little bit more centered. Alright, we've seen that, we've seen that, we've seen that. Forensic Duster. Neutral Battle Cry. Your opponent's minions cost 1 more next turn. Okay, would that be disruptive enough to play? 3 mana, 3/4, neutral. I don't know. Mischievous Imp Battlecry, summon a copy of this, infuse summon 2 copies instead. So for 4 mana, if 3 minions have died while this was in hand, you can get 9/9. That's kind of crazy. I mean, 4 mana, 6/6 already is not bad. Yeah, I mean, 4 mana, 6/6 is not bad. So that seems pretty decent. Imp deck. Alright, we got Crud Caretaker. It's not Crude, right? There's no E. It's Crud Caretaker. Battlecry summon a 3/5 elemental with taunt on a 4 mana 1/1. Okay. So it's 4/6 for 4. You know, a 4 mana 3/5 with taunt is a thing, so that's not terrible, I guess. Muck Plumber, all minions cost 2 more, 5 mana 5/5. So this is kind of like that Queen Bee thing or Wasp thing, the epic 1 mana 2/3, except it's for everyone. We've seen that. We've seen that. Deathborn, 6 mana, 2 damage to all minions. So it hits yours as well, okay. And then summon a 2/2 volatile skeleton for each kill. We've already seen something similar, right? Like, wasn't there a fire potion card or something that deals damage, and then to all minions, and then for everyone killed, you get a spell card or something in your hand? So we're getting minions now instead. Wasn't there also another card in a different class that does something similar, where you're like, you AoE the board, you kill stuff, and then it summons something? Alright, we've seen these chums. Suspicious Usher, 1 mana, 1/3 priest. We haven't seen a lot of priest cards. I don't think I've gotten a lot of priest cards. Discover a legendary minion. Okay, good start. If your opponent guesses your choice, they get a copy. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. 1 mana to discover a legendary is not bad, but then you potentially have to give to your opponent. So, do you just always pick the bad one to just get a legendary? I don't know. Very interesting. Some mind games there. We've seen these chums. We've got the planted evidence, which is a pipe in like a garden or something. Or maybe the pipe is supposed to be there, and it's the plum fruit thing or whatever that's not supposed to be there. Discover a spell. It costs 2 less this turn. Okay. That is reasonable, I suppose. Conqueror's Banner. Warrior revealed a card from each player's deck 3 times. Draw any of yours that costs more. Okay, so this is just Joust, right? Isn't this just jousting? But we're not in the grand tournament, so they don't put that keyword anymore. But it's just jousting, isn't it? It's joust times 3, draw a card. If you win the joust. We've seen these chums. We've got the volatile skeleton. Death Rattle, deal 2 damage to a random enemy. So that's bad, right? Like, there's all those. There's a couple of cards we've seen that. Oh, we got the Mischievous Imp again. That's a good, rare to have. I feel. But yeah, volatile skeleton. Isn't this just the one where there's the one that destroys all minions, or kills minions if they die, or deals damage to minions if they die, summon a volatile skeleton, and then you do 2 damage to a volatile skeleton, and it just clears the board, or it clears all the other skeletons. So that's that card is not as good as I thought it would be then. Anyways, almost halfway there. pack-wise. We've seen these chums, and then we got the Stonebound Gargon. Rush Infuse also damages the minions next to whomever this attacks. Okay, 4 mana, 3/5. Meh. Maze Guide, Battle Cry, summon a random 2 cost, 2 mana, 1/1. Okay. Got our second epic. Red Herring. Gotta love the red herrings. Taunt. Your non-red herring minions have stealth. Interesting. 7 mana, 3/12. Taunt that stealths your non-red herring minions. Kind of interesting. Get the motif, right? Because the red herring is supposed to be like a thing that's like a distraction that doesn't have anything actually to do with the plot or whatever. So again, it makes sense from a style standpoint, but worth playing? I don't know. Kind of interesting though. Haven't seen an effect like that. Well, is that true? No, we haven't seen like an aura effect where other minions don't have or have stealth, right? So, anyways, Priest of the Deceased. Interesting. Is he eating a Murloc? That looks a lot. I mean, I don't think that's supposed to be blood, but that looks like it could be very graphic and censored in other regions potentially. Here in the U.S., we don't care, right? Taunt Infuse gain 2/2. Okay, for 2 mana minion. Okay. Suspicious Alchemists. So there's that theme, right? Is like adjective into noun, kind of thing. Battle Cry. Discover a spell. If your opponent guesses your choice, they get a copy. Okay, so I guess that's a thing in this whatchamacallit expansion. Seen that boy, but he's or it is golden, and then we have the Insatiable Devourer, devour an enemy minion and gain its stats, infuse, and its neighbors. Interesting. Okay, so this is potentially 9 mana, 4/4, destroy 3 minions on a battle cry, and gain their stats. That could be interesting. Like a late game removal. That could be very interesting. Would it necessarily play? I don't know. It's 9 mana. It's a lot. I don't know. Maybe. Slow enough meta. Scene. Creepy painting. After a minion dies, become a copy of it. Okay. Very interesting. Some potential shenanigans with that. That's interesting design, I think. Niche design, potentially. I mean, is it consistent enough to see play? I don't know, but kind of interesting. Buffet, Biggin. I almost said Buffett, and it's like, no, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Buffet. 4 mana, 2/4. Summon 2 Silverhand Recruits, infuse, give them 2 attack and divine shield. We've seen that, and then collateral damage. A lot of big spells, it looks like. Collateral damage, 6 damage to 3 random enemy minions. Excess damage hits the enemy hero. So interesting. 6 damage to 3 random minion or enemies. So that can clear most things. And then excess damage is going to the face. So kind of interesting, kind of slow. Are we going to see a slow big hunter or a slow, end game, late game hunter? I don't know. We're halfway done with packs. Already starting to get some good dupes. Or a good amount of dupes. Whether they're good or not, I don't know. We've seen that Roosting Gargoyle to attack or Battle Cry, give a friendly beast to attack. Castle Kennels, give a friendly minion to attack. If it's a beast, give it rush. So Beast Hunter. We've seen these channel. We got the double Sen Runner. 5 mana, 6/5. Death Rattles, destroy a random enemy minion. Okay. Steam Cleaner. Destroy all cards in both players' decks that didn't start there. Huh. That is interesting. Are we going to see a deck that shuffles, generates, puts cards into their deck a lot? Could be an interesting niche tech. But otherwise, kind of interesting though. Do you like seeing these kind of like interesting niche cards? All right, triple rare. We've seen these chums: clean the scene, destroy all minions with 3 or less attack, and infuse 6 or less. So I think most, because we have like the mass, what's it called? The one that destroys all minions with 2 or less health or attack. That includes your own, so this is still the same, and then 6 or less. So kind of interesting. Fits that kind of priest theme. We've seen that boy, and party favorite totem we've seen before, I think, right? Yes, but it's gold now. All right, partner in crime is the new doubles here, new common. Partner in crime, battle cry, summon a copy of this minion at the end of your turn. Okay, that's kind of interesting. 4 mana, 4/10, vanilla 4/10. Well, split over 2 minions. Is that good enough to see use though? I don't know. Does priest want to go wide? I don't know. Kind of interesting though. Well, we've seen a couple of cards that do this now. We've seen a couple of cards in this expansion where it's like battle cry, summon a copy of it. Surprised it doesn't have an infuse, but maybe they just didn't want to, bump up the cost. So interesting. Divine Toll. Is that a, what is that? Is that an Owlkin or a Boomkin? Which is basically what we call an Owlkin. Shoot 5 rays at random minions. They give friendly minions 2/2 and deal 2 damage to enemy minions for 7 mana. Kind of interesting. Yeah. Goes both ways as a removal versus buff. Is it worth it? I don't know. Probably not, because it's not that consistent. Or it may not be consistent. I got our 3rd epic here. We've seen these chums, except for the Crazed Wretch. 2 attack and charge when damage. Interesting. Okay. I was going to say, like, does the charge thing really make any sense other than for the first turn? So, but it's like, okay, fine. Yeah, you can have that. Otherwise, it's not really charged. It's just, it attacks. Because how often are you going to, like, play this and damage it on the turn it's played to give it charge? So, but, it can happen, so you gotta do that. Dispose of evidence. Give your hero 2 attack this turn. Choose a card in your hand to shuffle into your deck. So for 0 mana, give yourself 3 attack, but you lose 1 extra card as well. So it's -2 for +3, unless you want something in your hand in your deck, which I don't think you're gonna want very often. So it seems very mediocre, unless you have no cards in hand, which I don't know if it's going to be able to activate if you have no cards in hand. Potentially, I think Hearthstone usually forgoes those kind of conditions, but I think like in Yu-Gi-Oh, like if you can't meet the condition, you don't get the effect. You can't activate the card. Whereas in Hearthstone, usually like negative effects, if you can't meet the requirement, you just get all the positive. Mysterious Visitor, reduce the cost of cards copied from your opponent by 2. Okay, so it plays into the, thief priest, you want to call it that? Alright, we've seen that. We've seen we've seen these two. The light, it burns. Deal damage to a minion equal to its attack. Okay, kind of meh. Imitation Courier. After a card is added to your hand from another class, copy it. For 3 mana, 3/4? Okay, interesting. Sorry, I had to mute the cough there. Dinner Performer, we have the double here, because we haven't seen it. Well, we haven't seen this either. Sketchy Stranger, discover a secret from another class. Oh, interesting. Okay, neutral. Dinner Performer, summon a random minion from your deck that you can afford to play. Okay, so it's basically just based on, however much mana you have left, but it doesn't use your mana, so kind of interesting maybe, I guess. I mean, at best you can pull a 7 mana minion, but it's still random. I guess if you're Druid, you can have 20 mana, right? So, but like still, I don't know. Plot of Sin. Have we seen this? Yeah, we've seen that. Alright, we've seen these chums. Spirit Poacher. Summon a random dormant wild seed. Don't know what that is, but I'm guessing that's maybe a card. We've seen these chums, suspicious pirates. Have we seen this? Maybe not. Discover a weapon. If your opponent guesses your choice, they get a copy. Okay, so there's that theme. Has the pack opening sound always been like glass shattering? I don't think that's always been the case. We've seen all this, I think, right? Yep. Should have had a legendary in there. That would have been nice, but you know, the rare epic. We've seen those. We've seen those. Impending Catastrophe, 2 mana, draw a card, repeat for each imp you control. Oh, interesting. So 2 mana, draw a card is meh, but you get one other card from this. You had one imp, you can play this. Worth. So, yeah, very interesting. Alright, we've seen these chums. We got the Hedge Mage for Druid. Trigger a friendly Death Rattle minion, or a friendly minion Death Rattle, so Death Rattle Druid. Got another Epic, that's number 4, I think. We've seen that. Vile Library, give a friendly minion +1/1, repeat for each imp you control. So again, more imp block. Solid Alibi. Until your next turn, your hero can only take 1 damage at a time. Okay, mage, okay. Sure. And we've seen these chums in Sanguine Depths. I think we've seen before too. Yep. And we've seen all these. We just saw that recently. Last 5 packs. And we've seen these. We have Relic of Phantasm. Summon 2 1/1 spirits. Improve your future. Oh, summon 2 1/1 spirits. We improve your future relics. We've seen this improve your future relics. We've only seen that for Demon Hunter, so maybe that's a Demon Hunter thing. And their little whatever thing, their location thing, buffs, I think, right? Door of Shadows. Draw a spell, infuse, add a temporary copy of it to your hand. Okay, for 1 mana. We've seen these, and we saw that. Okay, we've seen all these chums. Service Spell. 3 mana, Paladin. Discover a class card from your deck and draw all copies of it. Okay, kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. Alright, we seen all those. I was kind of joking with we'll only see the 1 legendary. Statistically, I think you get a legendary, at least it used to be some number that I've heard thrown around, not sure if it's necessarily true or not, is 20, but you pity at 40, so kind of sad that we're at our 30th pack, and our last pack of the 40-pack opening, and we haven't seen a second legendary, so check it up a bit, drop it in. Alright, sad boys it is, but, you know, that's just our luck here. Alright, well, that is, oh, hey, look at that. Yes, thank you for letting us know. Let's take a look. So we have 5 cards to add to our news, unless the Demon Hunter cards got all, yeah, so they did get seen, I guess. So we got 2, 8, 15, 22, 28, 34, 41, 47, 54, 61, 85, plus 5 more here. 5 more here, right? No, 4 more, 5 more here. Well, because I saw 5 Demon Hunter cards, but I think one of them. Oh my gosh, I said 80 something. What did I say? Like 85 or something. Plus, we'll say roughly. We saw what 5 cards before. One of them was this Bibla. I think I had 5 new Demon Hunter cards, but maybe one of them was a repeat. I can't remember. Let's just say around We'll just lowball and say 8. So we'll say 93 cards that we got that are new, roughly. So we're missing what? Like, there's usually 125 cards per expansion, right? So that would be around high 20s, 28-ish, right? Based on that math. But around 30-ish cards that we didn't get. There's usually, what, like 10, 12-ish legendaries? There's usually 2 for each class. No, there's more. There's usually 2 for each class and like 5-ish for each neutrals, but sometimes they do less neutrals. So let's see what we're missing. We'll start with the rares. Are we missing any here? We don't have a normal copy of that. We have a golden version. We missed one location. We missed the priest location. Give a minion 2/1 and draw a card. Oh, that's pretty decent, I think. Let's see. I'm not going to talk about all these cards for rares. Okay, so we missed 4, is it? 4 rares. Actually, let's check the commons. I think I've only missed, oops, we're already in crafting mode. I think I've only missed a common 1 time in a pack opening. Okay, let's check the, oops, we already did that. So we do the epics. Definitely a lot more that we've missed. Oh, so other classes, oh no, this is still Demon Hunter, so relics. Here's the, oh no, Seedsman. Not the seed thing, whatever. Collect the spirits. More spirit themed stuff. There's that. Elitist Snob, that's a fun name. Kidnap. Very much a rogue card. Primordial Wave. Oh, I think I got this spoiled. Transform enemy minions into ones that cost 1 less, and friendly minions into 1 that cost 1 more. Kind of good for 3 mana. Tome Tampering. Got the Riot. Burden of Pride. Ashen Elemental. A lot of Sin. And then we have the Party Crasher. Wasn't that already a thing in whatchamacallit? In whatchamacallit? In what's it called? One of the Tavern Brawls. Wasn't this a thing called was it a Party Goer or a Party Crasher? Can't remember. Anyways, legendary. Let's take a peek. Artificer, Zymock, Discoverer, and cast a Relic. Infuse, cast all 3 instead. Got Cecily of the Fey Court. What is that? I don't know what species that is. I think I've seen that before, though, right? Taunt, Death Rattle, draw, minion, reduces cost by 8. Okay, okay. Top Ear? The Shrub Gazer? Is that what it is? For the rest of the game, after you cast a nature spell, summon a 3/3 Whelp with Rush. Whelp Gazer, okay. That's cute. I like that. Erelon, summon 1 of each dormant Wild Seed. Wild Seed sounds more like a druid thing, but okay. Huntsman, Altamore, summon a Gargon Companion, summon another, and another. Infusing at 4 and 8. Okay. I've already seen that, sorry. The wrong direction. Oron, Mansion Manager. After a friendly secret is revealed, cast a different mage secret and gain 2/2. Interesting. Okay, so secret mage synergy stuff. Resurrect your volatile skeletons. Any that can't fit on the battlefield instantly explode. So volatile skeletons, I guess, are a mage thing. So Kel'Thuzad the Inevitable. Some more Kel'Thuzad action. Gosh, how many times has Kel'Thuzad come back? I think 3 times in World of Warcraft? Is it 3 times? Can't remember. At least twice, right? Because both Naxes. But then all the volatile skeletons will explode and potentially kill Kel'Thuzad. So I guess it's a big board clear for 8 mana. Steward the Steward. Okay. Give your next Silverhand recruit you summon 3/3 and this Death Rattle. So just cycles the Death Rattle again for the Silverhand recruits. The Countess. If your deck has no neutral cards, add 3 legendary invitations to your hand, which I'm guessing is summon a legendary. Discover a legendary minion from another class and it costs 0. Okay. So with no neutral cards. Sure. We've seen that. Boy, oh, Priest gets 3? Kinda cray. Pelagos. After you cast a spell on a friendly minion, set its attack and health to the higher of the 2. Okay. Harvest of, or the Harvester of Envy. After you play a card, copy from the original, or after you play a card copied from the opponent, steal the original. Interesting. What if the original's already been played? Interesting. Halkias. If you control Death Rattle, if you control a secret, store Halkias' soul inside of it. It resummons Halkias when triggered. Interesting. Okay, so Rogue, Secret Rogue. Necrolord Draka. Battlecries equipped a 1/3 dagger +1 for each other card you play this turn, so combo. Baroness Vash. If this would transform into a minion, summon that minion instead. So, wow, that's kind of crazy with the whole transform thing, right? So you play this, you transform, and then this stays on the board, but you get that other minion instead, and you can keep transforming. And then for things like Hex and Polymorph, right? Because that transforms a minion. So that would be countered by this as well. Interesting. That's a very interesting card. Transform Shaman seems very good. Based off 2 cards, an epic, 1 epic and a legendary. So maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what other support still is in the standard for Transform Shaman. But wow, that seems pretty good. Stun right for the rest of the game. Your turn-ons have +2 attack. Okay. Lady Darkvein. Summon 2 2/1 shades. Each gain a Death Rattle to cast, or each gains a Death Rattle to cast your last Shadow spell. Okay. So Shadow Warlock is a thing. They're trying to push. Imp King Merfam. He also doesn't go away. Battlecry is resurrect 4 friendly imps, and then infuses give the imps, your imps, 2/2. Decimator, Olgra, Battlecry, gain 1/1 for each damaged minion, then attacks all enemies. Wait, Olgra found her? Is that supposed to be a reference to something? Is that like Mankirk's wife? Is her name Olgra? I don't know. Why does it say found her? Anyways, but 1/1 for each damaged minion, including your opponents, okay, and then it attacks all enemies. The question, though, is it attacks like one at a time, maybe like left to right, or is it like it attacks all of them, and like, you know, it takes damage based on like the highest one or something like that. I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know. That sounds very interesting because I could be a board clear. That'd be a little too much, though, right? It probably attacks one at a time. I probably won't attack like all of them at once and just deal its attack to all your opponent's minions. That'd be a little too much. Remornia, Living Blade. Rush after this attacks, equip it. So you basically can rush it, and as long as it doesn't take 10 damage, you deal 4 damage, and then it becomes a weapon. And then after your opponent attacks, return this to the battlefield. Oh. Okay. So I think what happens is it'll attack, it loses health, or theoretically it could lose health, right? And so if it does lose health, that's how much durability it will become, or have when you attack, and then when you attack it loses 1 durability, it loses 1 health, so yeah, okay, that's probably how it works. And only 3 neutrals, other than the Renathal guy, which I think you probably can't craft. We got Murloc Holmes, which I guess has already been modified, so I'm wondering how that worked, because you get full disenchant dust. But Murloc Holmes, and I actually think, is this the guy you get from the whatchamacallit? The reward track? We'll take a look. Solve 3 clues about your opponent's cards and to get copies of them. Don't know what this clue thing is, but sure. We got Theotar, the Mad Duke. Battlecry, discover a card in each player's hand and swap them. So discover a card. Okay. He's faking being stabbed, it looks like. So basically you discover, so if you have no cards in hand, I think it still goes off, right? You just don't give anything to your opponent. Kael'thas Sin Strider. Every third minion you play each turn costs 0. So they already had to nerf Kael'thas Sunstrider, right? Which this but spells. I think he was a higher mana cost, can't remember. And that got nerfed because that was a little too OP in certain, I think it was like a combo druid deck or something, was it? In Wild, I think. So interesting to see if this is going to potentially be a problem too. But anyways, that's it for this pack opening. I think we only have the 2 legendaries, right? We got the one that we pulled. Oh, and this guy said it has legendary as text. And then we have the one that defaults to us. But let's take a look here. Oops, that's not what we want. We want... Actually, no, that is what we want, because we want to go here. No, we get Sir Finley. We get Sire Denetrius. Lifesteal, Battlecry, deal 5 damage against or amongst enemies, and then infuse 1, deal 1 more. Or endlessly infuse. So it constantly will... Every friendly minion that dies while it's in hand will keep adding 1 damage that it deals. So I guess it's not, but you get the thingy here, right? If you get the whatchamacallit, bonus pack thing or whatever. Yeah, I can't remember. Bonus track rewards, is that what it's called? I don't remember. But anyways, that was it for the pack opening for the latest expansion, Murder at Castle Nathria. Here we go. And, yeah, kind of disappointed that this is the only legendary that we got out of 40 packs. But, you know, it is what it is, I suppose. And, I don't know. Aggro... I feel like this would fit more in the aggro Demon Hunter deck. But there's also the Relic thing. We also have, like, I don't know, Death Rattle Druid. Got some beast synergy here again, some more beast synergy. Mage seems to be building off of this volatile skeleton motif. Paladin's got Dude Paladin again. Priest has... I'm not sure what Priest is really going for here. Got some secret rogue supports. Shaman seems to be like there's some transform support, there's some totem support. Seems like Shadow Warlock, Imp Warlock supports. Warrior has some more like, you know, friendly minion with damage stuff here. So anyways, that's it for the pack opening. So until next time, thanks for watching.